Greetings. Hello. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world watching this. I just want to do this video just to tell you a bit about me as a person. Being a petrol head, I started very young. I think I was about, oh god, 14 I think. Something like that anyway. I think my head's freaking shrinking because my hat's falling off. I was probably about 14ish. Actually, I started getting into stationary engines at school and lawnmowers, and also onto cycle motors, like especially the BSA winged wheel. I really did like that bike. And then the French models like the Psy motor and the NSU quickly went from them to cars. Funny enough, yes. My first car back in 1994 was a Morris Marina 1.3 Super. Yes, I know. Yeah. They don't half rot. I love that car. I mean, I got it for, I think it was 475 UK sterling pounds. And I went all the way to Bridlington, near Bridlington, to pick it up. And the old man that got it off, he'd really looked after it. On the outside, there's a clue for you. On the outside, he really looked after it, and he gave me, because the back bumper, the chrome bumper, was all pitted, the chrome. He gave me a brand new bumper. I drove that car for quite a while. I've had some good memories in that car, and, well, especially coming down Sutton Bank in Yorkshire, well, East Yorkshire, where, I was coming down Sutton Bank, and the slave cylinder went, so I had no brakes. And at the bottom of the Sutton Bank, it goes like that. And that was while I still had L plates on the car. I was just learning to drive with somebody next to me and just getting used to everybody else on the road. And I remember Froggy being next to me because he was older than I am, and he had his license for over 3 years, I think it was, or something. And I just had L plates on me. I really crapped my pants back then. What other cars have I had? Well, I've had an F-Reg Ford Escort RS Turbo. I think it was an 89 on an F, something like that, in Mercury Grey. I bought that for £1,600. Sold that. I lost on that. I sold that for £1,400. I have had two Ford Granadas. One was a Scorpio 2.9, and the other one was a 2.8 injection V6. That was a lovely car. I really did like that one. I've had a Toyota Sleeker ST 2000. I've had the old BT van, an Austin Maestro. Bright freaking yellow it was. That was alright, that. You want to just go and just drive off somewhere. It was a diesel. And just sleep it back. Good van. I've had a lot of good cars, but I've had some bloody rubbish ones. As they say, I've had... well, it was called a Nissan Sunny. You might as well call it a Nissan bloody Drizzle. 1.2, I think it was. Clutch went on that one. What else have I had? I've had two Triumph Acclaims with the Honda engine in, the 1300s. I had a black one and a white one. Oh, I've had so many cars. I can hardly remember them all. I've had a Rover 214. I've had a Rover 820i Fastback in red. That was nice. There's just so many cars. Anyway, that's some of the car history. I've got the Mazda Demio now. All the cars that I've had, I've only had for 2 years maximum. 3 months minimum. I had an old... what was it? I think it was an old Daihatsu van. with this Isuzu diesel engine in it that was in where you sat. It was right underneath your bottom. That was a laugh and a half. Was it a Daihatsu? I can't remember now. I've had a Daihatsu Terios 4-wheel drive. I was going to take that off road, but lack of funds because of all the work it needed underneath. I just got rid. Anyway, I kept the Demio. I've had her for 11 years now, I think. 28th of January this year, I think it was 11 years. I've had that car. Anyway, it's the only one I've had for that amount of time, and I love it to bits. Going from when back I was younger, getting into cars and stationary engine bikes. I left school, I went to college and did motor vehicle engineering. After that, I got into motorcycles, mopeds, scooters, you name it. What we used to call dog boxes was my favourite one. The Honda C50, C70, C90. I remember having a C50 LC, and somebody gave me a C70 engine and a wiring loom. So I took the C50 engine out, put the C70 in, and the wiring loom, but kept the 50 badge on the front. So the Rozzers just thought it was a 50cc. You know the ones with the leg shields down the front? Yeah, one of those. One of the best bikes you can get, funny enough. Yeah, got into motorcycles after that. BSA Bantam D14. Me and my friend bought one of those from Yorkshire Showground, I think it was. Yeah, we had that for a while. Then I started collecting like old petrol cans, you know, the K's cans, and stuff like that, and the old Pratt's metal cans, like from 1950s. We used to collect them, the old rusty things, and then we used to sand them all off and paint them and take them to shows with the stationary engines, funny enough, because I had a PETROL A2 and my friend had a Lister D. From there I got into gardening, then I got into lawnmowers. I've got 4 in my collection now, and a chainsaw, 2 trimmers, a generator. So basically, I'm an engine man. Anything on an engine, I can jump on. Family history, I'm not going to go down that road. I don't have family. They deserted me when I was 7 years old, so forget that. Nowadays, what I'm doing myself, working as hard as I can. I do raise money for homeless veterans via the Great Tommy Sleep Out. I've been doing that for 4 years now. Basically, it means I just go and sleep rough, like homeless people do, to raise money to get homeless veterans off the streets into accommodation and a job, basically. I've been doing it for 4 years. I first started off doing 3. The year after that, I did 7. The year after that, I did 10 sleep outs. Basically, I think it was last year I built myself a own, like a bivouac type thing out of pallets and plastic sheets and things like that. And this year I'm doing 15. I've done one already in the workshop, on the workshop floor, which is, I'll tell you about the workshop that you know about. You'll know about the workshop when we get there, because that's where all my tools are to do the Mazda. And I'll give you a tour of that. So I've got 14 of them to do this year. Yeah, so I decided with modern technology and the internet and everything now, everybody seems to be going down public media type stuff. So I thought, right, I'll start a YouTube channel on the Mazda, because I love her, you know. She's just absolutely awesome. I love her to bits, and I'll never get rid of it. It's the only car that I will really want to cling to the day I die, to be quite honest. I've spent so much money on it. I've learnt a lot about that car just by lying on your back underneath it on a mechanic's trolley, you know, those trolleys with 4 wheels, just by sliding up and down and having a look and undoing nuts, bolts, replacing bushes, and I've done the rear suspension on it. The front one's going to need doing next. I've changed the exhaust from coming out the back to a side exit one, just to cut the back box out, because it was just sounding a bit choked. Having two, it's got two silencers, mufflers if you want to call them that. One's near the front, basically under the driver's seat in the middle, and the other one's at the back, under the passenger seat. I basically chopped that out and thought, take that away, and I've got an Audi, an exhaust pipe, stainless steel one, that comes out, and it comes out in front of the driver's side back wheel with a tailpipe on it about this big, well, this long, and it's about that wide. Sounds lovely. You'll see that in the videos somewhere. I have posted some pictures up of my Mazda Demio. It's starting to get a bit of lack of peel on the bonnet and the top of the windscreen and the front driver's side wing, but I've got myself a new buffing machine and everything. I've got everything to sort that out. I'm just waiting for better weather in the summer, to be honest. I even went out and bought the PlayStation game, Gran Turismo 2, because I knew that my car, the GLX model, not mine, but it looks exactly the same, is on that game, so I went and bought that, and you'll see a video of me trying to do the driving licenses and purchase it so I can just drive it, around a lap around the track. Up and coming events, I've got some quizzes coming up along the line, probably summerish, June maybe, because my birthday's in June. I'll probably do like a quiz and a giveaway to the winner on that one. There's a lot to do still on the Mazda, a hell of a lot, but I'll take you on that journey with me. I'll try and film as much as I can while I'm working. And there's also my partner's car, a Suzuki, that needs some work doing as well. So, and there's lawnmowers to do. This Sunday, 29th of February, I've got to get a lawnmower, a little web lawnmower ready, because I've sold it. I don't need it anymore, it's too small. I've got a Hater 56, big old girl she is, and a Hater 48 Pro, grey one, silver grey, with a bumper on the front. And I've got a 1950, one of the first ones, Suffolk Colt, that's under the workbench. Yeah, I'll show you all this stuff. I've got a generator, 3,500 watt generator, just in case we all get a power cut, so I can at least power the workshop with that. Yeah, so that's a bit about me, and stick to the channel. It might be boring at first, especially me trying to play this game, PlayStation game, but it is going to get more exciting as the weather gets better as well. There's a car show that I'm going to. There'll be a video coming up for the HCE Hydrodeck Car Enthusiast Show, which I'll film and show you some vehicles from there. We all have a meet. Well, there's a meet every Monday, the first Monday of every month. So I've not been to one yet with the Mazda, because every time I'm just about to go, something else goes wrong. So I will be going to the first Monday, first one, in March, which is the first Monday in March. Sorry. I will be going to that, and there's plenty of old cars, sports cars, taxis, you name it. All sorts of vehicles that go to that. It's just basically a group meet where we all meet up with our cars, and we just, have a beer and just talk about cars. So I'll introduce you to that group at some point. Apart from that, stick with us. Well, me, because there's nobody else here. And just keep following on this journey. If you want to hit the subscribe button down below, black box, it says subscribe. It doesn't cost anything. And then next to it there's like a bell icon. If you want to smack that and then the list comes up, you just press all. You'll know when when I've posted a video before everybody else, basically, I suppose. It doesn't cost anything. Just it helps me with the content as well. It gives me more recognition, and it gives the Mazda Demio more recognition as well. So if you want to help me in the car and just follow me on whatever journey I'm taking, whether it's computers or anything, just hit the subscribe, whack the old bell, press the all, and I'll see you on the next one.